Okay, I'm the quick 5-minute pop-up, so I'm going to start before everybody sits because otherwise we'll be waiting for a while. My name's Gary Schwartz. I'm Managing Director of Pegasus Fintech, and I'm up here to talk to you 5 minutes about one of our clients, Crypto Cabin, and I'm going to be showing you a product that they are launching now that I think is very germane to all the conversations that we've been having around scaling, blockchain, identity, sovereign identity, dealing with, KYC and AML. So what we're going to be talking about over the next few minutes is there are a lot of companies in the space right now that do amazing things around KYC, right? There are different solutions out there. Obviously, this is not a new problem for a network which nobody presses flesh on, right? So who are you? What's your identity? What this particular solution solves is when you do PII, when you ingest PII, you take a passport, you take a driver's license. How do you prevent fraud? Right? So you take that, some of the networks, they just do passive ingestion. Hey, we've got it, it's a picture, we store it. Other guys, they do active. So they look it up, they say, hey, this is a real identity, it exists in the world, that's active. What the networks don't do right now is they don't match the person who owns that identity with the identity. So they're not doing any matchup with the individual, and on a virtual network, that's really difficult. So what this solution does is it allows for a biometric-based ID capture. And so let me just walk you through it. Essentially, it's a biometric key. So I am a consumer. I want some attestations on me as an individual that wants to do transactions on the blockchain. So first of all, I have to give my ID. That's pretty simple, right? I get my passport, whatever other documentation is required. So I scan that in. Now, this particular solution looks up 1,600 different kinds of IDs all around the world, global passports from different jurisdictions of 180 countries around the world. Then we ask the person to match up their Ethereum key. So now we know that this Ethereum key is connected with that identity. And then, and this is really where it becomes very exciting, is we now do a biometric selfie of the individual. Match it up with our ID, the picture on the ID, so we know that that is them, but we also know that it's not fraudulent because we ask them to smile. And I'll show you how that works. And in some jurisdictions, like India, Pakistan, and Mexico, they don't use faces. They're using fingerprints, and we allow for fingerprint capture on the mobile phone as well. So this is how it works. Individual on the blockchain comes in. We know them because they have an ID, right? They have a wallet on Ethereum network. We have done KYC on them. We've done the selfie. We know that they are them. What we do is we store that attestation, that KYC AML attestation, in a registry, right? And so it's sitting in a registry. Whatever registry, whatever a particular jurisdiction requires, we store that, we whitelist it in this immutable registry. Individual comes back in, wants to buy a token on an ICO, they want to participate in an exchange, they come into that business, they provide their wallet credentials. Of course they do. That's how we do things. But now we have to do attestation on that. We have to work out, is this person somebody who can participate? Well, all we do is we give this ICO 4 lines of solidity code. And now they use that in the process of onboarding that consumer to ping the registries and work out whether this person can participate or not. And if they're not whitelisted in the registry, it's just going to bounce back. A little bit of gas is spent, but that's it. And so it's a very simple, scalable way of dealing with credentials on one side and blockchain on the other. And the beauty is that, obviously KYC, AML is a huge use case that we need to solve for, but there is no there's no reason why we can't add other things to this. So for example, we can go back in and do the selfie, we can go and add other credentials and attestations. I want to walk you through a little bit of what it looks like. I was going to do this live, but logistics being as they are. Here I'm just entering, we got somebody, one of our team in Ohio, to just bang this out over the weekend, putting in an email address, right? We use that just to do the first lookup. This person is not in the system. So we say, hey, give me your credentials, right? So here they're going in, they're putting their driver's license, it's a US driver's license, oh, they're in Ohio, they're putting in their Ohio front of the driver's license, they click, they scan, boom, they click for the back. This is the most important because you're getting the barcode, right? And now we can do the lookup to work out, is this a valid driver's license? We can also scrape all the data. Now we're going to do the interactive selfie. You see how she smiles? When you smile, you can't fake it, right? Socially and on the blockchain. So now we scan in, you know, placeholder for the Ethereum address. Now we have ID, we've matched it to that individual, and we have a blockchain ID. We then submit this, we put in the phone number, we put in a personal ID like a SIN. Now we have everything we need to do full KYC, and bam, we're going to submit this, and we have everything we need. We've got ID, we've got face verification, and successfully submitted, and bam. Now we're on the registry, and anytime you can go back in, and I'm not going to go through this, although we will now, but you can go back in, do the selfie again. I recognize you, you can put other ID. Thank you very much.